movie manager, and it came from a client's house that I was vacating on south of here, or Lake south of here. And the father who had passed, he was a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy, and he was hired right after the war to come and do the inventory of warships and other items. And this basically was a souvenir.
So he brought this thing home as a souvenir.
Yes.
That you can really only do if you've got a ship under you or something else like that, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you know about it?
Oh.
You got it.
But I don't know the name of the ship. Neither did the family. He brought it back to Houston and thought it'd be better, appropriate on a lake versus in Houston.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the ship. I don't know, unfortunately.
And that's going to be really hard to get to. Unless we break out the Ouija board and you ask him, we're not going to know that.
Yeah.
But these are the big eyes binoculars that they still have on Navy vessels.
Really?
Because even with radar, one of your most important pieces of equipment is a lookout with the Mark I eyeball, and keeping an eye for shoaling waters, navigation hazards, enemy vessels, anything like that you're going to need to be aware of while you're conning the ship. So anybody who loves good optics is on the lookout for these. Have you ever had them appraised?
No, I have not.
All right. The value on this stuff is in two parts. First part is, what is it, and is it a rare thing? Is it a wonderful thing? And then second, can we still see through them?
Absolutely.
What do the optics look like on this?
Great.
You mind if I take a look?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna see if we can see something other than our volunteer there. Yeah, that's a lovely noise. Yeah, that's just not bad.
Pretty good, isn't it?
I mean, they're gonna have some value even if the optics were all messed up and cloudy. But when you can mount it on the deck in your lake house and overlook Lake Michigan or Lake Superior or something like that, and watch boats out there in the distance, it's way more interesting.
Yeah.
And clearly that's what somebody's done. This has nothing to do with anything other than it's very cool and actually a pretty good solution.
Yeah.
I think a realistic auction estimate on this would be $3,000 to $5,000.
$3,000 to $5,000.
I think this is a really cool piece.
Thank you.
The Japanese were very well known for their optics, as were the Germans. So they tend to be high quality. You've got great markings, a service port there so that you can get in and lube up anything that needs to be done. These are great.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to grab this from you real quick. I'm going to take this from you. Thank you so much, Jeff. I'm going to pop on over here. Hi, my name is Melanie, and you are live on set with Antiques Roadshow. We are at Castle Farms in Charlevoix, Michigan for the 5th and final stop on our season 30th tour. So right now we're filming appraisals for our next year, which episodes will be broadcasted next year. And so we have arms and militaria, we have rugs and textiles, musical instruments. On the other side, we have sports, toys and games, and collectibles. So let us know what you want to see. I think we have another appraisal right over here with Tim Prince, another excuse me, in arms and militaria. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Hi, do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Sure. Great, I'm going to give this to you.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
On fire hot. Sorry.
Very excited. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Where do they fight? Oh, they were everywhere. Alrighty. You let me know when we're ready to go. Okay. So tell me a little bit about what you brought in today.
So we have some military discharge papers. This is from my husband's side of the family. We believe great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather. But showing discharge from 1863.
Okay.
And then this little pocket watch was always kept with it, but has the initials of R.B. Hatch, which we believe was possibly his his father, but we're not positive.
Okay. Well, every soldier who fought in the Civil War on the Union side received a discharge like this at the end of the war, assuming they made it through the war okay. This was for he was in the 100th Pennsylvania, and they were a 3-year regiment. They were formed fairly early in the war, and they fought in basically every major battle in the Eastern Theater. They literally fought from Second Bull Run all the way to Appomattox.
Okay.
And they were all the major fights. They also spent some time in the Western Theater. They were a busy group of guys. Discharges are fairly common, and usually they're going to have a lot more sentimental value because they're a family item than they're going to have monetary value to a collector, unless that collector specializes in that particular regiment or it's a particularly famous person.
Okay.
In this case, it's probably about a $50 item for the discharge, but it's worth way more to you because it's a family piece.
Yeah.
The watch, I am not a watch expert, but I can tell you the watch is post-war because it's a stem wind action.
Okay.
And during the war, we only see key wind watches, so we know that's after the war, so maybe that was his son
Possibly.
or something like that, maybe named for that boy's grandfather.
Okay.
But it's not wartime.
Gotcha. Awesome.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna grab
Okay,
this
sorry.
from you. Tim, we have one more for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you this.
Oh, okay. I need to grab that for a second and show it to Jeff because that's more his world.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Is this police
Excuse me, I'm going to take that back from you real quick. So what just happened is we have a few, here they're talking about it right now, so I'm going to grab this from you in case we get any spoilers. So what just happened is, so as you can see, we have several tables of experts, maybe 2 or 3 folks per table, and they all have different areas of expertise within their category. So some appraisers might be better suited for World War items, some appraisers might be better suited for Revolutionary War items, it all depends. So Tim just saw the item, knew what decade it's from, and wanted to consult with another appraiser who might know a little bit more information from him. All set? Yep. Great. Thank you. Back to you.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your sword, what you know about it, and where you got it.
So it was my stepdad gave it to my son a few years ago, and he said it was from Germany during World War II, but he also told lots of stories, so I really don't know if
he got part of the story right. It's World War II era. It probably actually is a little pre-World War II, probably the 1930s, but it's a Japanese officer's sword. So one of the other major Axis powers. So
he'll probably like that even more.
It's a relatively inexpensively made one. Like most militaries, officers buy their own sidearms. So as long as you buy the right pattern that's acceptable for use, you can kind of spend as much or as little as you want. During the Civil War, you see, really poor officers buying inexpensive imported swords and wealthy ones buying things from Tiffany and everything in between. As long as it's the correct pattern, it's okay. This is a relatively inexpensive sword, machine made, but it does have an attractive temper line that's been put on the blade. That wavy line is the temper of the blade. In this condition, it's probably going to retail around $75, something like that. But there are examples of these can bring hundreds of dollars and sometimes even more. So the story was half right and half wrong, but now you know the rest of the story.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Did officers use their swords for decoration?
It's more of a badge of rank than anything.
Thank you.
Great. Oh, we have a compass?
Can I show you the compass that I had with
Sure.
Oh, we have a compass.
And I'm going to grab a consult from our wonderful 20th century expert.
All right, we're having another conference over here.
You talk loudly, you can use my microphone.
Got you. I think it is commercial. No, it is not commercial.
NAP, I believe it says.
I hate it when I am
Can't see?
blind. Well,
We're playing Stump the 20th century military expert.
yeah. I don't know the maker mark right off the top of my head, but I'm going to say it's 30s to 50s.
All right, U.S. or
Somebody.
All righty. So not a lot of money either. We couldn't identify for sure if this was U.S. or a foreign power, but compasses like this, functional from this era, don't bring a lot of money. Probably going to bring around $30, something like that. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm gonna grab this back. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tim. Are you having a good day today?
A wonderful day, beautiful weather, lovely venue, and of course the guests are what always make this so special.
Great, thank you so much. So for those of you who are just tuning in, you're live on set with Antiques Roadshow. We are at Castle Farms in Charlevoix, Michigan, on the 5th and final stop of our season 30th tour. So everything we film here will be broadcasted next year in 2026. We are at an area with arms and militaria, rugs and textiles, musical instruments. On the other side, we have sports, collectibles, dolls, toys, and games. So let us know what you want to see out of those categories, and definitely let us know what you want to ask the appraisers. Any questions you've always wanted to ask one of those experts, or if you have anything that you're just curious to know more about. Well, it looks like we have an appraisal over here with musical instruments. So let's listen in. Hi. Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Great. I'm going to give this to you.
Sure thing.
Right here. And whose guitar is this? Yours. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. So,
I'm Mike, by the way.
I'm Katie.
Katie,
Nice
good to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
So this
very
is your
excited.
guitar?
Yes. So it was my mom's. My grandpa worked for Lowry Organ Company in Chicago and bought this as a gift for her, I think during the period where they were making Gibson guitars.
Wonderful. Okay.
But I don't know anything about the model. That's the only information I have about it. So we just thought it'd be really cool to bring it in. And
I'm so glad you did.
well, you can tell us.
Let's line it up on the mat here.
Go.
Put it this way. This is beautiful. So this has been with you for
Thank you.
a long time.
A long, long time. Yes.
I know more about that.
Yep.
We have the original case too, so.
That's so cool. Where did I do it with my phone? It's right here. It's right in front of me, of course. I'm just gonna look up the serial number range. I think I know what year it is already, but
Okay.
we're just gonna be thorough.
Yeah.
Do you play it?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, come on.
I know. It's a mess. But
Yep.
I can tell you the serial.
Oh, I think this is plenty cool. So you don't know anything about the model or
No.
anything about that?
No.
What do you have any inkling about what it is, its value, any of that?
No, other than knowing it's a Gibson, I just assumed it had some value to it. But don't know anything about the model. And the color I thought was very intriguing. I see a lot of that bluish teal color online, but not this sort of green.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it looks like what you have here is a 1967 Gibson Melody Maker. This is such a cool instrument. It has the SG body shape, which was released in '61.
Okay.
Your serial number firmly dates it to '67.
Okay.
And it is marked with a 2 stamp up here, which means it was a factory second. Which means at some point there was a flaw in the finish or something that happened that prevented it from being sold as perfect brand new condition. But that usually doesn't have a huge effect on value as far as aftermarket goes.
Okay.
This is in a finish called Pelham Blue, which has faded with the clear coat yellowing to this beautiful green color. And all of this, I see this a lot with guitars. This is damage from the coating of a coiled cable, which burns the finish as it deteriorates. There's a reaction that happens. So you see this a lot on student model electrics that were packaged with a coil cable. This has the lyre vibrola. Stays in tune really well. We've got 2 pickups. We've got a 3-way selector switch, 2 volumes, 2 tones. This is the total package.
Cool.
Famous players who use this. Are you familiar with a band called Wilco?
Broco, I don't think so.
Wilco, Jeff Tweedy has used these. His signature model is based on one of these.
Okay.
So there is a sort of version of this out there right now with the Pelham body and the natural neck, which was common on student models for Gibson. You've also got this cool feature called the Stinger, which might be where the 2 comes from. The Stinger is this black back of the headstock that comes to a point that usually covers a flaw. So maybe that's where that's coming from.
Okay.
You've got the original tuners. This is fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, I love seeing this. This is one of my favorite models.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's another one. Brian Bell from Weezer in the early days.
Yeah.
The early days.
Okay.
He was playing a red one of these.
Cool.
So as far as value goes, this, even with the burn to the lacquer from the coating of the coil cable, I think that doesn't hurt the value so much because it's part of the story and the history. And you said it was your mom who worked for Lowry?
No, it was her dad, my grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of also makes sense that it would be a second, something that an employee might be able to get a hold of. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Let me think about value here because it is so cool and it has such a cool story. Wow, the family connection. That's so special.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta play this. You gotta play this.
Try to learn.
I'm gonna put the value of this in its current condition at $3,000 to $4,000 retail.
Oh, okay, that's higher than I thought.
Oh
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. It's definitely cool.
Wow.
This example is in great shape. This model overall, since it's a student model, not quite as desirable as like the full-on Gibson SG, pearl inlays, all of that stuff. But it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love seeing stuff like this. As a neck I could play. Gosh, I love this color so much.
That is so cool.
Yeah, you can see the original blue here where the clear coat's worn away. And I bet if we would take the knobs off or take the back panel off, it'd still be bright blue under there.
So cool.
This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing such a cool electric to me.
Thank you very much.
When I flew in, I completely forgot that we were in the land of Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't occur to me until this morning. It was like, oh yeah, Kalamazoo's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so special.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
This is
I'm
awesome
so
to
excited.
learn about it. Yeah.
I wish I had an amp. Go crazy right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna grab this from you.
Awesome.
Oh, it seems like we have another. Thank you so much. It looks like we have another appraisal over in Collectibles this time. Let's head on over. So I know a few of you sent in some questions to Instagram. I think one of them was how many people applied to Charlevoix? The answer to that question is 15,071 people applied to Charlevoix. And we only give away 2,000 pairs of tickets per city. So quite many people entered. Let's see what we have over here. Hi, are you okay with filming for YouTube Live?
Oh, no problem.
Great. I'm going to give this to you. And I'm just going to sneak around and give you this right.
Okie doke.
Thank you so much.
Cool. I like this. When he's looking, just take like 1 or 2 pictures, but they'll be fun. Okay. Okay. Oh, hi.
Whose items are they?
These are mine.
These are, and what's your name?
Natalie Ziegler.
Natalie, nice to meet you. What do you know about, let's start with the doorstop. What do you know about the doorstop?
It belonged to my husband's grandmother, who was a Mennonite up from the York,
So it's not,
Pennsylvania
so
area.
it's not mechanical.
Oh, try picking it up. It doesn't move at all.
That was an Amish joke, Natalie.
Oh, that's true. Well, they use air stuff for everything.
It's
yes.
made by a company named Hubli, and they made lots of doorstops. This little, is he a Boston Terrier?
Looks like it could be.
Could be a Boston Terrier. These were very popular 100 years ago in your house to keep your door open. This one has seen a lot of doors in his face and on his side and on his back. And these are, you see them in antique shops all the time. It's worth maybe $60 to $80. would serve its very same purpose today in your home. I hope that's what you
That's
should
what we use it for,
for.
yes.
So it's a great old doorstop. It's seen a lot of use. $60 to $80.
Oh, okay.
The next piece, tell me what you know about this.
My husband bought it at a garage sale, I think about 25, 30 years ago, and that's
And
what
he
he asked me.
paid how much?
I don't remember what he paid for it. He's kind of a antique junk collector, and so he goes and picks up pieces everywhere. So he got that well before I even knew him. So I don't have much
Do you
other
still
history.
laugh when you read the label?
Oh yes.
So I'm from
rather
Chicago,
funny.
and I saw that part of this is from. It's not clear quite who made it, but Chicago for many years was the center, the novelty capital of the world because of a company called H. Fishlove Incorporated, and they made chattering teeth and jumbo sunglasses.
yeah.
And I used to work for that company.
Oh, so that's why it was interesting. Perfect. I came to you.
And so I would say that this is probably, World War II era because they're playing on, what might happen if the bomb gets dropped
Right.
or rations or things like that. And it has a lot of novelty value to this day. Maybe we think it might still be funny, maybe not. And it doesn't have a huge amount of monetary value. There are very few novelties that have huge collectible value unless there's something really special about them. So maybe in a shop you'd see this for $10 or $15. Certainly worth more of that in laughs. I'm glad you brought it in. Dehydrated water.
Well, see, you had to sit here all day. It made you laugh. So
I already had
we
my
did
ration
something.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Oh,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, thank you, and thank you.
Thank you so much. I love your shirt, by the way. Thank you so much.
welcome.
I'm going to grab this. All right, so now we are going to talk to our executive producer, Marcia Bemko. So please send us your questions. Anything you ever wanted to ask about the making of Antiques Roadshow, or talk to an executive producer, anything, let us know in the comments. Hi, Marcia.
Hi.
I'm going to give this to you.
They have me sitting down.
How are you? We're going to have a little
It's
sit-down
a little sunny,
interview.
but
Do you want to sit on this seat?
no, it's
This
sunny
is
everywhere.
sunny.
I'll just
All right.
squint.
It's a beautiful day. It's a sunny, beautiful day.
You look like you need my sunglasses over there.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
How are you, Marcia?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Have you started picking it today?
Oh yeah, I've been picking.
Anything good?
Of course.
Anything you could talk about?
Well, let's see. Okay, I like the early bird ticket item that
Items.
came in. That was from Augusta. Mm-hmm. I mean, Augusta. What do they call that? Golf. The Augusta tournament, the golf
Yep,
tournament,
okay.
the Augusta National.
Yeah.
And it's this piece of jewelry, pin type thing that was given to the architect of Mammy's cabin, which is on the golf course. Mammy as in Eisenhower's wife, Mammy. So it was built for Eisenhower. And the architect got this special
Yeah?
brooch pendant type. It's a little. It looks like a charm almost to me. I forget what I called it, but anyway, it's just really, really cool. I don't know what she ended up doing, but she told me she was going to put $30,000 to $40,000 on it.
Wow.
Really cool. With that, what you'll see is it's in its original fitted box,
Yeah.
and there's a picture of Mammy and Eisenhower outside the house that was built.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's one of my more favorite things.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And so, for those of you who don't know, or those watching who don't know, what is a picker?
What's a picker? You're looking at one, and it ain't my nose. I'm not picking my nose. Here's what it is. There's 4 of us picking today. It's me, Sam Farrell, Jill Giles, and Allie Izzo Smith. And what we're doing is picking items to go on camera. So every appraiser here is pitching like mad to have us pick their item. Do you like this little rag here? Having pick the item for camera. And they are pitching, these are very aggressive salespeople who are really good at selling very pricey things.
Of course.
And so that's what we, the 4 of us, do all day long, is listen to the appraisers pitch us so they can, hopefully we say yes. But we don't always say yes. Sometimes we say no.
Do we have any questions for Marcia? How long have you been an executive producer for the show?
I have been executive producer for 21 years. I've been with the show for 25 of its 30 years. And yes, those first 4, I was number 2. And I was a deer in headlights. And it's a good thing I had those 4 years. And then the first year I was the EP, I was a deer in headlights. I know what I'm doing now.
Incredible. Any other questions? How do you select locations?
Well, I rely on Jill Giles to do that, and Joe helps with that, and Chris helps with that, but Jill Giles is in front of that. What we do is, all right, where are we now?
Charlevoix, Michigan.
Charlevoix, Michigan. We won't be in Michigan next year. So what we were going to get to 5 new places that aren't so close to where we've been. We don't repeat a city in any less than 5 years. We're looking for places like this, still building our database. If you know of fantastic outdoor, indoor locations, tell us about them. That's how we pick. We learn. This location in particular was found by Allie Izzo Smith, one of the pickers that I mentioned. I believe she found this Castle Farms location.
And an intern, Victoria, found our St. Louis location.
You know, this is why anybody and everybody tell us about what you think is good. There needs to be some land there. We take up a lot of space, so don't tell us about like the little barn in the backyard thing. But yeah, tell us about what you think might work for us, because we want to learn more places.
We want to learn. We want to know.
We want options.
Who can fit us?
Yeah. And we'll say yes.
Yes.
Favorite antique owned or seen?
Favorite antique owned or seen? Owned, okay. Do you have a favorite antique you own? Or just something you've seen? No.
I have seen things that I really like and want. But when you think about the favorite antique I own, well...
Do you collect?
No.
No.
The only fruitcakes out there collect. I know you. I know you well. And I love you. But I'm not a collector.
No.
Focused people collect something. Yeah. I just buy what I like. And when I think about the antiques that I like, they're not valuable things. They're things that either my grandmother or my great-grandmother owned. So one of my favorite things, and I use it at Thanksgiving and all other holidays, is like this little chintz pair of salt and pepper shakers. Are they valuable? No. But they were my grandma's. And they still have the same salt and pepper inside of them.
Sounds like you need to take them out more often.
We don't really use them much. I'm afraid if we use them, the kids will mash them while they shake out their salt. But I really like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember using them as a little girl. I think that's what we all get attached to, with things like emotionally that we feel something for. And by the way, the thousands of people who are coming here today, that's what they do. That's how they feel.
Sentimental,
except for the picker types.
Buy what you like, though.
Yeah. I mean, there are types who are looking for the bargains, but everybody I've talked to today has a relationship with their items, except for one person who bought something. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many appraisals can you film in a day?
How many appraisals do we film in a day?
Well, if we count Adam, who does snapshots, and those are the quick ones, it's about 150-ish.
150?
But
that many?
Yeah, with Adam. With Adam. But it depends. You know, since I've made Adam make sure he has the information on him, he slowed down a little. We shoot about 60 appraisals a day with the camera units, and we really need all 60.
How many get on TV?
How many get on TV, though?
I would say...
that are 3 hours.
There are 3 hours that we're going to make from this city. And I would say in every show, when you count the snapshots, which are the shorter ones, and count the other appraisals that are shot differently, I'd say about 30 in a show. Do you agree?
30 in a show? Yeah, I think
thereabouts.
So about 90. Plus our junk in the trunk.
And you got to love junk in the trunk. Why are there so many reasons to love junk in the trunk? Well, because it's the name. That's one many good reason. Plus, we watch all the shows. We watch them all many times. And I really like that show a lot. It's one of my favorite shows every season. Because we have all 5 cities in one show, and the pacing of it is done in a different way. They're really quick, nice shows. And yeah, we kind of save the junky stuff for junk in the trunk, but it's really interesting. And they're my favorite shows. If you work with us, you call it JIT.
JIT. Any other questions, Marcia?
Are there any wildest items that have come through?
Wildest items that have come through
Today?
or in any time? I have one.
Go, you
don't
tell
have
it,
one.
you tell it.
Okay, 2 different collectibles appraisers told me in Booth Bay that they have seen farts in a jar. Somebody brought them.
F-A-R-T-S?
F-A-R-T-S. Someone farted in a jar, they own it, they kept it, and they brought it to Antiques Roadshow to be appraised.
And what did we say?
I think they were speechless, to be honest. I don't. Priceless. Priceless.
Is it all of it? Does it lose its value when we take the cover off?
I would think so, because it would
Then you let out the fart.
Yeah, exactly, and then it's just a jar.
If you ever told me that I would publicly be talking about farts while I'm mic'd, I would have not believed it. All kinds of potty stuff come out of my mouth. I'm bad for that. Anybody who knows me will tell. Bad potty mouth. But farts? No, that's new.
We did have the oldest pickle come to Bentonville last year, right?
We did, and I actually picked that, and I forgot last time that there was a pickle in the jar.
It was still in there. It was worth a few $100s. I think the jar was worth more. The appraiser said.
Yeah, but would you want a pickle in a jar in your house?
No.
Would you out there? Do you want a pickle in your jar at your house? No.
That appraisal's on YouTube if you want to watch after this. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, then let us know if you want that pickle. We can't get it for you, but I'm
Would you
really
eat it?
curious. How many people out there want a pickle in a jar? Not the kind you get at the grocery store.
No.
I love those pickles.
Are there any other questions for Marcia? All right, well, I just have one final question for you, as this is the last city of the tour. How do you feel?
That's a trick question. Because Mel knows me. Mel's been working with me for a long time now. And she knows I'm very, very emotional. And I'm a crybaby. And tonight when we have our wrap party, yeah, we're people, we have parties, every year I've cried at the wrap party. And Mel can tell you at some point, she's on social a hell lot more than me. Yeah, I said hell. I will cry at the wrap party. But I am determined not to this year. Why do I cry at the wrap party? I love doing this, and I love the people I do it with so much. This is magical. If you were here working with us, you'd understand how lucky we are. Yeah.
Marcia, someone said you're doing a great job. Another person said you're the reason to blame for their Antiques Roadshow addiction.
Okay, I like all of it.
Addiction.
Yeah,
That's great.
Except I can't take all the credit because I have people like Mel and Joni behind the camera, if you can hear her there. So this is a team effort. Nobody makes TV alone. Exactly. But I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And how do I feel? Bittersweet. This is a lot of stinking work, everybody. What time was your call today, Mel?
6 a.m.
Okay, mine was 5:45. I actually came a little earlier.
Okay.
And
some are here at 5:30.
Yeah, the earliest call's 5:30. I think a little earlier today because we're a little distance from our hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And the last person will walk out of here around 11 p.m. tonight. It's a long day. I'll walk out a little earlier than that. So will Mel. I'll walk out about 8 p.m.-ish. And I'll be hungry. I'll be starving by then.
Thank you so much, Marcia, for chatting with us, and thank you for chatting with us all tour.
Thank you, Mel. I could cry now with you. Thank you for being you.
Save it for the...
Thank you for watching us. Love you out there. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcia. All right, we have a few other appraisals that we are going to see. So it looks like we have one over at Collectibles again. Is it Abby? Darth Vader? Is this Darth Vader?
Yes.
Ooh, very cool. All right, I'm going to give this to you.
If it was a limited number,
cool. No problem. Thank you.
And if it was signed by those guys, we'd be talking about a lot of them.
I know. They signed the original painting, but not.
So what'd you bring in today?
I got Darth Vader. He's a little dusty, but...
Where'd you get your little dusty Darth Vader?
I got it from a friend. He knows how much I love Star Wars, so he gave it to me, and I usually sit it on a shelf with the solar light underneath, so he glows a little bit at night.
Well, you nailed it exactly. These were made in the late 70s, early 80s, obviously for Star Wars. I mean, it's everybody's favorite Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader. And you'd put your little light bulb in there, and his chest would light up, and his eyes would light up. Here's the kicker, though. This is a knockoff. I mean, He did not have the Kiss Star Child like eyes on it originally. They have a little bit of paint. The chest box would be better defined. I mean, all the details are very, very soft. Because of how popular Star Wars was, everybody under the sun was trying to make as much money as they could off the merchandising. This is non-licensed by Lucasfilm. It is not a Star Wars product, but it's somebody's copy.
Okay.
That being said, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I adore it. It's got condition issues, a little bit of damage. I mean,
so interesting that
how do I want to put it politely? There's so much Star Wars material out there that for most collectors, it's only the very best of the best.
Yeah.
But there are huge fans like myself who like the more kitschy, dumb things, like the R2D2, whatchamacallit, R2D2 cookie jar, things like that. This is kind of that era. And honestly, Darth looks kind of dopey. I mean, it's not the greatest look, but I can see at auction this selling for about $50 to $100, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
And the real ones of this that don't have the star cutouts are around $30 to $50.
Okay.
This is, I think, just a little bit better because it's got a little more character.
Yeah, a little more artistic.
Yeah, but a super fun piece.
All right.
Any other questions?
No, I think that's good.
It's kind of the worst night light ever, though.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't let a lot of light through.
No.
But it is just fun to have on a shelf.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to grab this from you, James. We have one more that I think
we can do that.
I'm going to take. I'm going to grab this to you.
Super fun, though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Oh, wow.
Hello.
What you got here?
So we have a little Mulan figure that was given to people that helped make the movie. So for the world premiere. My mom's student worked on the film. He was an artist. And they have a close relationship because she was the yearbook teacher. And so he just gives her, he's an artist too. And so sometimes he gives her art, and he found out that we like Mulan, the movies, and so he was like, "Oh, okay, like here you go."
So, do you know what he did on Mulan?
He did art. He did some of the scenes for the cartoon.
Yeah, that's where it gets complicated. There's so many people involved with animation. You've got the actual artists who do the character designs. You get the pre-production artists who come up with different ideas to be approved on makeup and clothing designs. Then you have the guys who actually work on the animation. They draw the cells. They, you got the in-betweener artists. You've got the colorists. You've got the ink and paint department. So many people involved to make these movies happen.
Yeah.
And Mulan was right at the kind of the end of the, what I think of as the golden age, second golden age of Disney cartoons, where they were starting to use more and more computer graphics.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of scenes that are kind of hybrid, where traditional and computer kind of moved together.
Yeah.
And very often they would give all these different crew gifts out. And sometimes it's t-shirts, sometimes it's medals, but this is kind of cool because not only is it's a world premiere for the cast and crew, and it's actually a seal or a chop mark.
Oh, okay.
So traditionally these were made in China of stone, and you carve the bottom with your own personal name and seal, and you apply ink to the bottom and you put your stamp on things. This is the exact same thing, but in a cast resin, and the Mulan is reversed, so you can put the ink on it, make your stamp, and it's Mulan. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Cast and crew gifts are desirable. They are collectible.
Okay.
And
Massachusetts.
you have to keep in mind, though, there are hundreds of people. I mean, every accountant, everybody who worked on craft service, every employee is listed those credits, which can last 20 or 30 minutes nowadays.
Yeah.
So and this for the premiere. So there are probably several hundred of these out there.
Yeah.
But it is a beloved movie. It is a great flick. And you're probably looking at value-wise. If I saw this at auction, I'd put an auction estimate of $200 to $300 on it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I was thinking it might be worth like $20, and I was like, but I wanted to hear the history,
If it didn't have the cast and crew part on it, it would be $20 on a good day.
Okay.
That really makes the difference.
Okay.
Because we know people want things that are as close as they can get to the production of the piece.
Oh, really?
And nowadays, with everything being computer graphics, there's not going to be any original art from these things anymore. So soon it'll be only the cast and crew gifts that are going to have any value for the films. So, and it's a great traditionally styled box as well. They really did a good job on that.
I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any other questions or anything else you want to know?
No, that was pretty much it. I think we might have some other pieces that he gave us with this, but I couldn't find them on my way here.
Usually when crew gifts tend to sell, they come along with they usually come with like premiere tickets and things like that, and those are usually fancy, usually around $50 for those as well.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Alrighty.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Grab this from you. We might be back over at Collectibles. Thank you so much, James. If you have any questions for any of our appraisers, please let us know in the comments. Right now we're going to head over to sports. As you can see, the line for Collectibles is really long. Like I said, we give away 2,000 pairs of tickets per city, so we get anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 guests come. And sometimes some lines are longer than others. Usually it's Collectibles. So let's go over here and see what we have. Hello. Are you going to be on camera? Over here. All right. I'm going to give this to you.
His voice is pretty soft spoken. You want we want to go off somewhere else where we can hear him better? Oh, you got a microphone, yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's a list of the players that I could decipher and the positions they played on the starting line.
So, tell me how it was that you got this football.
The what?
Tell me how you obtained this football.
How I obtained it?
How you got it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I went to a father and son banquet shortly after the game at the Masonic Temple in Detroit. My dad was a Mason. Two players were there. I think it was Dorn Dibble and Joe Schmidt. Presented this ball as a door prize, and I had the winning ticket. Each boy that attended had a ticket, and I had the winning ticket.
You had the winning ticket as a door prize.
Yeah.
And they won the championship that year.
They won the championship. This happened within days of the game.
Within days of the championship. Wow. Let me take a look at the. Well, the signatures, the ink has actually survived pretty well.
What happened is my dad always kept it on his desk in the office. Then when he passed away, I went to the house to help my mother out, and I found the ball laying in a puddle of water in the basement.
Oh, okay. So it was.
That accounts for this thing.
Okay. But luckily, it didn't affect the signatures too much.
It might have affected a couple.
Yeah, right there.
I don't know if there was any in here or not.
Well, there's really not too many examples of the 1957 Detroit Lions championship team signed footballs that have ever come up for auction. And so this one is still pretty special, even though it has a little bit of that damage because of how rare they are.
Right.
And because, you have that provenance we talk about where you got it as that door prize just days after the championship. So, but, the team signed footballs, even when they're a championship team, they don't command as much interest as other pieces of memorabilia, often because of the fact that the signatures, ink and pigskin, just don't like each other. And although these panels are nice, we have these panels have some condition issues. This ball, if it was near mint, we'd be looking at like $1,000. In this condition, we're looking at like $400 to $600. Where's the big name players?
Bobby Lane is on there.
Oh, Bobby Lane.
Bobby Lane, Hopalong Cassidy. Yale Larry was a quarterback. Oh boy. Trying to think. It's Hoppy Cassidy.
Hoppy Cassidy.
He was right halfback.
Didn't they call Bobby Lane Night Train?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a great piece of history. There's Bobby Lane right there. Yeah. And now you're doing the right thing now, just keeping it out of the light. And then you'll still have the rest of it, you know, that's in nice condition. Yeah.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, Grant. I'm going to grab this from you. All right, we have another sports appraisal. Looks like it's a basketball over here with Leela Dunbar. Hello. How are you? I'm just bringing this for you real
I'll take these off so it's not.
So the printing companies, one's called PS.
Got it. Perfect.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Is it easier for you to have this up or do you prefer it down?
So Jody will be in and out.
Thank you, Jody. That's no problem. All right. Jean, so what did you bring into us today?
Well, I brought my basketball that we all signed on our trip to Eastern Europe when we had a pre-Olympic tour. We went to Moscow, Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary, and we played all the big teams. And this basketball signifies when we beat the Soviets.
USA, USSR, 85-83. And this is the USA women's team 1982. So this is 2 years after the U.S. boycotted the Olympics.
Right, 2 years before the 84 games in Los Angeles.
So what were you doing there?
Well, I was the athletic trainer for the team.
That's you right there.
Right.
That's Jean.
And so I went with the team and basically took care of sports injuries, prevention and treatment of injuries that would occur.
As far as that goes. And I know that
basically took care of them.
So what was the highlight of the trip for you?
Well, the highlight of the trip was when we beat the Soviets. We were in Budapest. The arena was packed with a bunch of Hungarians, and they were all rooting for us. And
why is that?
Well, because in 1980, the Soviets beat the Hungarians by 62 points.
Oh, so they were not happy. Yeah.
No, so
they were happy to see the Americans.
So the Hungarian fans were more than happy to root for us to beat the team that
beat them so badly. And if you go back to 76, you had the Soviet team that beat the U.S. team by more than 50 points in Montreal.
Yeah.
So this was a big deal because it was to set up American basketball in Eastern Europe.
Right.
And it's interesting because on the team, there are a lot of players that are not well known today, but the most well known are going to be Cheryl Miller, right here that you see, and Lynette Woodward, who both went on to Hall of Fame careers.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what was it like working with them?
Oh, they were wonderful. I think they picked this team because they could get along. They were good, solid citizens, and love basketball just like the rest of us.
So what was it like after they won? What was it like after you won that game?
Oh, everybody was crazy. We stormed the court. I think the fans came on the court. There was really no security back then, and we were just jumping around and everything. And then a little bit later, we got these basketballs, which were our practice basketballs, and we all signed them, the staff and the players, and so we each had this ball.
So everyone on the team got a signed basketball that was signed by the other team members.
Oh yeah, everybody's on here because I checked them.
That's great. But they only there's only those that were given out that were signed. So it's a pretty rare basketball.
Right.
But you kept yours all these years.
Oh yeah, and it's a pristine shape.
But why did you keep it?
Because I love basketball and it was special, and the kids were special, and not that I knew it would be worth something one day, but it was quite an honor, especially for me.
If you reflect back today, what do you think of that experience?
No, they wouldn't know anything about it. They just hosted.
Oh, it was great.
So listen, we value signed basketballs. It's about the importance of the team and of the players who signed it. And this team is not well known. Your Olympic teams are generally very well known, but this team really had really had an importance in being able to build the women's American basketball program in the 1980s. And it does help to have Cheryl Miller and Lynette Woodward on there. If I was going to put an auction estimate because of the provenance and the photo and everything together, I'd probably put $600 to $800.
Okay, thank you.
But I know the experience was priceless.
Right. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing it in. All right, we have a toys appraisal over here. I'm going to give this to you, ma'am. Thank you. And
All right. So, tell me what you brought in. What is this big heavy thing?
It was my grandpa's. He had it in a bar in Indiana. I think it's a night from 1932.
Okay.
And I don't know much more than that.
Okay.
My sister owned a bar in Indiana and then got my grandpa when he was 16 and brought him to America. So this was in that bar. I don't know exactly where it was
that's
in
okay.
Indiana, but that's what I know.
Is it still working?
It is. It's got the handle was broke, so it's kind of a makeshift handle.
A little makeshift, yeah, a little screw plunger there. Are we able to, I don't have any nickels, are we able to activate it?
Yep, you just push it in really hard.
Just push it all the way in?
Yep. Dwayne? Hey, Dwayne. The ball's
I have a ball in already. Okay, here we go. Oh, almost got the free play. One more shot. There we go. Oh, so close to 300. Yeah, you think it's designed like that, huh? All right, so nice game. I wish I would have won at least one time on that attempt, but
what was that?
I wish I would have won at least one time there, but
oh, you got one right there.
Well, let's give it a little shake, right? Last chance here.
400.
Oh, and down and out. All right. So nice coin-operated game here. Nickel, 5-cent nickel game.
There's a spot back here to release the balls. When I was little and played with it, and we didn't have nickels, we would do that.
Cheat spot. Okay. So nice game, decent condition. A fair amount of wear. It's definitely been used many times.
Yes, it has.
But that's okay. That's what we want to see out of our toys and our games and the coin-op machines like this. It represents a little bit of value. I think the collector base is probably going to bring between $300 and $400 at auction.
Okay.
So, not an extraordinary amount of money for a coin-operated game, but for a pinball, not too bad.
I'll keep it. Yeah. It's good memories, so.
Very good.
Awesome.
I gotta try one more time, though, because that didn't go very well. I want to ask you to do the quick release. All right, ball's in. Last shot here. The second ball gets me every time. Oh, so close. One more. There. 2 for the money. Oh, there we go. 300. Very nice.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did you win?
I did.
Nice. Oh, 300.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Not bad, huh?
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. All right. We're going to head over now to dolls. Looks like Billy Harris has a Barbie. Any Barbie fans out there? Hello. Do you mind if we film this for social media?
No.
For YouTube Live? Great. Is it okay? I'm going to give this to you.
You want me to talk?
Of course. All right. And then Billy.
I'm just doing a typical appraisal, correct? Let's do a little rearranging here. All right. Hey, I would love to know about your doll. How did you get her?
She was a gift when I was small, probably 1960.
Okay. Did you play with her?
Absolutely, but I loved her, so I took very good care of her.
Okay. And who is she?
Barbie.
Barbie. You know which Barbie it is?
No, and that was one of the main things I wanted to find out, is which one she was.
Okay. Well, we've already established that she's not a number one, and that's easy to determine The quick thing is to look at the bottom of the feet, and if she was a number 1, she would have tubes in her feet, and she does not.
Right.
So now we know that she's a little bit later. But is she a number 2 or 3?
I don't know. I was thinking of 4.
Okay, she's not a number 2 or 3 because they would have still had the very arched eyebrows, and you can see the eyebrows are getting softer, and then her eyes are actually blue now. Before this, they had white irises. So now we got to determine whether she's a 4 or a 5 or a 6. And the best way to tell is by the weight of the doll.
Oh.
And what happened with number 5 is that they started making the doll hollow on the inside, where before it was a solid doll. So number 5's become very light, but yours has still got some weight. So yours is a 4.
Okay. Very good. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, very pretty and beautiful hair. It's been reset, but in a nice way. She's wearing a beautiful original Barbie gown, and you have just oodles and oodles of Barbie clothes. How did you get all of these?
I don't even remember. They were probably presents along the way.
Christmas. And the place I always like to look for the most valuable items is the accessory drawer. Let me sit her down a moment. And I can make this into a really big mess, so there we go. And so now we're going to hunt for those wonderful, rare accessories, which you have, you just have nearly every early 19th.
I did have all of the accessories until my daughter and her friend played with them.
Uh-oh, the dreaded, you passed it on and let the daughter play with it.
Yes.
So we can see that she's got some accessories, but what we have here are fairly easy to find ones. So I'm always looking for the ones that are really hard to find. Yeah, and you've got a few other. Okay, and these are not Barbie, so we're just going to put those back. But yeah, you've got some of the long gloves. You've got, that's not Barbie, this is Barbie. You've got some Barbie shoes. And as you notice, you have one black, one blue, and one red. You know what it is? And it could be packaged up here,
right,
or they're in your mother's Hoover. And that's the most common thing that happens to Barbie shoes.
Yeah, there's other belts and other things.
Yeah, you've got all. I mean, you were spoiled. Did you love playing with her?
I loved her, yes.
Oh, and then you have
the
a few.
Ken and the Skipper too, but I didn't bring them. So.
Wow, Santa was really good to you.
Yes.
Yes, very good. So what we have here is a number 4 Barbie, many tagged Barbie costumes. We have some Barbie accessories and a case. Have you ever had it appraised or have any clue of the value?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have not.
Okay, all right, because there is a little difference between a number 4's value and a number 5's value, and definitely between a number 1.
Right.
So a number 4 Barbie with all these clothes, this wardrobe, we're looking at somewhere around $2,000. So, if she was a number 5, I would pretty much cut that down by, gosh, at least half.
Oh, really? Okay.
If she was a number 1, I'd be saying $10,000.
I kind of, yeah.
But
yes, I know she's not a 1. I knew that to start with, but would it, if I were to want to sell her, would it be better if I just broke the clothes all up? Would I do better?
I usually suggest if you're thinking about selling your Barbie items, it is, and you usually will have a little, let's see if we've got one. You have these wonderful little booklets, and the great thing about the booklets And they don't have much value, like $10 or $15 a piece at the most.
Okay.
The nice thing about the booklets is they have all the outfits and what came with them.
Right.
So you've got them fairly well sorted, but you could do that, and it also tells you what you can write down and say, oh, this is when it was made, this is what design it was, what number it was, and that helps you reach buyers.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
So that's a fun way to.
Very good.
But I hope that your daughter who lost the shoes and maybe some future grandchildren might get to play with her.
Maybe.
Nah.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe if she was a number 5.
Maybe then, yes. They have Barbie as, my daughter's Barbie and the Rockers to play with.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Well, she's a beautiful example, and you actually took very good care of her.
Well, good. Thank you. I hope so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We just have one quick question from the audience. You said the doll's hair had been reset. What does that mean?
That means that the original rubber band that was inside around the lower part of the ponytail, because it's a rubber band, it deteriorated, and someone along the line put a new band around the hair. It's not been cut or anything like that. It's just got a new band around it.
There you go. Now you know. Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
take this from you.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, Billy. All right, I think we have time for one more, which we're going to head over to now. We usually start with Travis, but this time we're going to end with Travis. Hello, we're ready.
Hello. You ready?
Yes.
Come on up.
And with, Spider-Man.
We're about to settle a big debate
Okay,
right now.
great. Who's going to be talking? I'll talk. You'll talk. All right.
She wants to settle the debate.
Reluctantly. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Good deal. All right, so what's the debate? Tell me what we got.
So my husband won this comic in a poker game at the end of a shift he was working, and it's been sitting in his bedroom, and then he brought it to our house and it just sat on the closet on a shelf. And I had a bunch of comics that were from my grandparents, and we were going to sell these comics at a garage sale, and so he threw that one out, and I said, I don't know, it's in a case, we should at least look it up.
Yeah, it was in the hard plastic, so I didn't. All right, so I'm very happy you did not throw it out. So this is Spider-Man 1, but Spider-Man 1 from 1990.
Okay.
Now, why Spider-Man 1 is so important? Because they sold literally over 2 million copies of Spider-Man 1 when it circulated. What happened, in order to award comic dealers and shops, they came out with this called the Platinum Edition. Yes! See? Good job you didn't throw it out. That's right. Now, Platinum Edition, extremely difficult to find in good shape because feel the paper, right? It's hard.
Open it.
No, it's fine. It's a comic book. Open it, feel it, breathe it, love it. The Platinum Edition, because of the different paper that was required to make this color, to make the contrast, it was subject to heavy condition issues. Very few actually survived in really mint shape. Now, numerically speaking, when I look at this book, it does have some color breaks along the spine. There are some creases here, but overall, it presents really well. Numerically speaking, this is going to be somewhere around an 8.0 to an 8.5. So what were you going to charge for it in the garage sale?
Like $5.
That's good. We're going to add a couple zeros, easily 500 to 800 in its current shape.
Yay!
All right? 100% Platinum Edition, you know what's going on.
That's awesome.
Not so much, though, but she's right.
Okay.
All right?
I'll listen to her
But
more
it's
often.
that paper, that feeling, the waxiness, is how you know it's the Platinum Edition.
Okay.
And obviously the colors, and just when you look at it, it pops
Yeah.
compared to the regular number 1.
Cool.
Yeah, easily 500 to 800 all day long.
Awesome.
Wicked rare book.
All right.
For modern age, it's definitely a top 25 comic to have.
All right. Is it worth getting it graded?
100%. Yes, because then it's protected.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are multiple companies. It's either CGC or CBCS. I would always recommend CGC as the one to maintain the best value of it.
Okay.
And once it's graded and sealed in the acrylic, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Some
Does
people
that increase the value?
It would, yeah, because it solidifies the condition.
Okay.
There's probably people having like pseudo anxiety that I'm holding this and loving it, but it's just a comic book.
That's cool.
And honestly, the way we're handling it is fine.
Okay.
And yes, get it graded, platinum edition, #1. Love it, enjoy it, keep it.
Cool.
Good thing you didn't sell it for $5.
Oh, good thing. Good.
All right.
All right.
Oh man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best way to go about finding a company to grade it? Like, we looked into it, it seemed really difficult.
Yeah, I would. There's CGC and CBCS, both reputable. If I had to pick, I'd go the CGC route.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That was awesome. So I had to wait. That was exciting. I'm sorry.
Cool.
First time, 9 years, I've ever seen a platinum edition #1 here.
Really?
Yeah, they're wicked rare.
Okay.
That's
Wicked
cool.
rare.
All right, cool. I'm so glad we brought it. Thank
And
you
you were
so
right.
much. I did. I brought it just on a whim. I
Don't leave me
said
hanging.
I put it in the bag at the end. I said we didn't plan on doing this. This is not what we planned on bringing. And I threw it in the bag, and I'm so glad I did. Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing it. Enjoy the rest of the day. Go through the feedback booth.
We
Enjoy
will.
the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna take this from you. Looks like you're about to be get your pitch taken.
Yes. I gotta go. Get in
See you
the
later.
action.
All right. Thank you so much for taking this.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day. All right. So I think that's all the time we have left, unfortunately. Let's head over here, out of the way. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to those who've been watching our lives the entire season. Again, this is our final stop on our 30th. For our 30th production tour. All of these episodes will air sometimes next winter. In the late fall, what you can do is head to... Oh, what? One more? Okay, one more. Let's find one more. All right, we're at the collectibles table, so let's see what we have coming up. Okay, Laura Woolley. That's a lot of postcards.
What do you want to know about?
Jordan, do you mind filming this for YouTube Live?
Go to the next one.
This one? Okay. The next one? Okay. All right. We're going to wait to the next one. For those of you who know our appraiser, Phil Weiss, that is his son, Jordan. It's his first time on the appraisal table at Roadshow. So keeping the family business alive. So we'll do one more, but I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has watched. You can find these episodes next winter. Check back at pbs.org/antiques sometime in November, December for our broadcast schedule. You can see when these episodes air. If you head to that same website, pbs.org/antiques in January, late January, you can see on our website where we are going next for our season 31 tour. I want to thank you to Castle Farms for having us, and I want to thank our stations. We got 3 stations, WCMU, WGVU in Detroit, PBS. Thank you so much. Donate to your local PBS station. I know some of you were looking for merch in the comments. You could head to antiquesroadshowshop.org for merch. I also want to say thank you to our sponsors, Ancestry.com and American Cruise Lines, for supporting us. So let's see. If you have any questions for Jordan, please let us know in the comments. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we have for the next one. Hello. Let's see what's coming up.
Hello, afternoon, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I have a couple of interesting stories. So my great-great-grandfather survived Andersonville prison during the Civil War.
All right. Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Great. I'm just going to give this to you.
Just start over? Yeah, just start
Didn't
over.
get very far.
Okay. So my great-great-grandfather Hugh survived Andersonville prison during the Civil War. He was captured at Cold Harbor during the 7,000 men who got captured or died the first 20 minutes. This was given to him by his brother John in 1893, I think. And he had, my great-great-grandfather had issues getting disability from the War Department because he had rheumatism and such from the prison.
Right.
Yeah, I think he came out weighing maybe 90-some pounds. That became a draft horse person, raced horses, and this was given to him, and I'm just curious if there's anything else to it. We have no idea who made it or where it was bought.
So it was given to him from John, you said was his brother?
Yes.
It's an interesting, very interesting piece.
The story about it.
Yeah, the story is fascinating. It's a good, sentimental and family connection.
Yep.
As the piece itself doesn't have the Andersonville connection.
Correct.
So it's not going to have that much collector value.
Yes.
But it's priceless as a family artifact from your ancestor and his brother.
It's well protected.
Yes, that's very cool.
Yeah, the story's amazing.
Yeah.
And then this, my father's family, so our name Rankus originated in Poland in the 1300s. His family grew up through the generations as part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So Polish in origin, Austrian and German. This came from his family. We have no idea where it came from, but I think it's pre-World War I. I don't know if that's the Kaiser or what it says on there. We have no idea what it would be used for, except maybe cigars or cigarettes.
Yeah, so this would have been for like cigars or cigarillos. It's leather. It's probably pre-World War I. That's Kaiser
It is the
Wilhelm.
Kaiser, that's what I thought.
And it says, the German Kaiser of Prussia.
Okay.
And it's an interesting piece. Probably to a collector, $25 to $45, somewhere in that
And again,
range.
it's
Maybe
more of
a little more on it
family-
right there, but this is a
family heirloom.
nice family connection. Yeah, very cool.
So we had it dated right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, perfect. All right.
Thank
Marvelous. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I hope that went well.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Thank you.
All right, well, that is a wrap for our YouTube Live and for Season 30. We'll see you next year. Follow us everywhere at Roadshow PBS, and don't forget to go to YouTube right after this to watch that pickle appraisal. I'm Melanie, and thank you for watching.